way back in 63. The years have passed, as you can see. His arrival meant rising hopes for 40-year-old Godrej soaps. Just 2 crore was then the size, and Adi set out to modernize. MBAs were soon recruited, and cars for managers were mooted. The marketing was revamped, and those who couldn't decamped. He introduced cost accounting, and soon the sales started mounting. But hair dye was his greatest coup, and over the years it grew and grew. The 90s then brought quite a change. The landscape now seemed very strange. With multinationals at the door, we hardly knew what was in store. Pepsi and Coke bought all in sight. Should we sell or should we fight? We chose a path that's in between. In hindsight now it can be seen that Indian firms that learned to hone their skills easily held their own. But then we thought that we should seek strong partners or we would stay weak. And so we formed the odd joint venture, which proved to be quite an adventure. We learned a lot. Around the world, the Godrej soaps began to soar. On market price we couldn't score. Then our advisors thought it fit that Godrej soaps should be split. GCPL came into being, and Adi, very quickly seeing the trend for better governance, put into place all at once with lots of help from CII, best practices that surely vie with the very best in the world. When our new stock was then unfurled, it very soon began to fly, and to this day it still stays high. GIL came into being. In recent days, we are seeing our chemical business steadily rise as we diversify and specialize. Our new products should ensure that the rapid growth will endure. The shares we hold, as you can tell, are also doing very well. In these companies at the start, Adi played a major part. And so today one clearly sees that now Godrej Properties, which he served with fealty, has really arrived in realty. For Agrovet, animal feed can be considered our core creed, but it was not always so. And many of you may not know the way we stumbled into feed. For compound feed, they saw no need. Then Beulah sought out L&T. Together, they had tried to see if a market might exist. There were no takers on their list. They chose to make a clean swipe, but were left with a prototype. A discount customer was sought, and Adi was the one who bought. Serendipity and not a vision thus gave birth to this division. In time, the business forged ahead. Geographically, we chose to spread, and on my watch, we diversified. New businesses were then tried. Over the years, it has grown, and now it's listed on its own. But it was Adi who laid the seed that permitted us to succeed. Is Adi's success because of skill, or is it more his iron will? For Adi was always organized, and punctuality was prized. By dusk, his desk is very neat. His paperwork is all complete. Not agonizing is the trick. Decisions must be very quick. Adi can't stand the status quo. All novel things he wants to know. And if he thinks that it is right, he puts in all his will and might behind the new initiative. And with support that he can give, we quickly learn the latest ways, make sure the group sees better days. But while he strove for the group, the industry was in the loop. He's always ready to lend a hand, be president, or take a stand with government on policy, and he'll persist till industry gets exactly what it needs. And once he headed CII, ensuring that it would fly high, and anybody that you ask will state this is no easy task, requiring traveling incessantly and persuasive advocacy. How he survived, I'll never know. In fact, he had a cheery glow. And now, of course, we all see we have a working GST, a cause he pursued relentlessly, almost monomaniacally. And for this selfless contribution, he deserves his Padma Bhushan. All who see him are inspired. For all he does, he's never tired. Where did he get the energy? It shouldn't be any mystery. Adi, of course, was very fit. He didn't seem to want to sit. There's not a sport he hasn't tried, for he can even paraglide. They really love to water ski, not on a lake, but on the sea. And on a trip to Mount Kailash, although conditions were quite harsh, the mount was circled in a day. Most folks his age would say, no way. And none of us can fail to see that he is full of energy. He always set a rapid pace as he led us in the race, though all of us most surely know that we have many miles to go. But still, we're sure it can be done. Indeed, this race must be won. And if we stay on the proper way and never let our values sway, if all of us fulfill our roles, we will surely reach our goals. 1 billion Indians, we can say, will use our products every day, and everywhere it will be seen that we are great, good, and green. Adi's spell was truly great. The years he worked were 58, but all good things come to an end. Let's hope we can maintain the trend. He's stepping down. As you can see, the mantle has been passed to me. His shoes are big and hard to fill. But with your support, I think we will continue well in the same way as Adi did in his own day. He will be chairman emeritus, and I'm sure he'll merit us with his presence and advice, invaluable beyond any price. Now, hearing praise can be quite tough. I'm sure by now he's had enough. But all the same, why don't we stand and then give him a rousing hand? For service to both group and nation, he deserves a standing ovation. Thank you.
Chairman, sir.
Adi, will you continue?
Yeah. It has been a privilege to serve Godrej Industries for over 4 decades, during which we have delivered strong results and transformed our company. I'm grateful to our board for the support and guidance. To all our team members whose passion, commitment, and hard work has driven our success. I would request Nadir.
I think we have to go to the next step.
I will now proceed with the formal agenda of the meeting. As I am interested in item 7 and notice of the AGM pertaining to reappointment of Ms. Tanya Dubash, Mr. Nadir Godrej, may please be considered as the chairman of the same item.
But it doesn't say anything there.
NBG sir, I think you can continue from here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Proceedings
Thank you.
of the meeting.
Okay, he's back.
Okay.
As the notice of the AGM is already circulated to all the members, with your permission, I take the notice of the meeting as read.
Yeah.
The agenda.
Shall I continue, Tejal?
Yes, sir.
I now request Ms. Tejal Jariwala, Company Secretary, to explain the process of voting on the resolutions at the meeting.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. I, Tejal Jariwala, Company Secretary and Compliance Officer, have joined this meeting from Mumbai. The company has engaged Central Depository Services India Limited for providing the facility of remote e-voting prior to the AGM and e-voting during the AGM on all the resolutions set forth in the notice. I would like to inform the members that as per the provisions of the Companies Act 2013, the remote e-voting process was carried out by the company from Monday, August 9, 2021 till Thursday, August 12, 2021 through the services of CDSL. The members who have not cast their votes on the resolutions by remote e-voting prior to the AGM are provided facility to cast their votes through e-voting system available on www.evotingindia.com during the AGM. The e-voting facility will remain open during the AGM and also for 15 minutes after the conclusion of the AGM to enable the members to cast their vote, and the same will be disabled thereafter. Mr. Kalidas Vanjpayee, scrutinizer, shall submit his report to the chairman or Mr. Nadir Godrej, managing director of the company, after the meeting. Since the resolutions mentioned in the notice convening this AGM have already been put to vote through remote e-voting and the facility for e-voting is also available at the AGM, proposing and seconding of the resolutions is not required. Now, I would like to brief you on a few guidelines to be followed for the question and answer session to take place later in this meeting. I will announce the names of the registered speaker shareholders. The speakers will thereafter be unmuted by the host of the AGM and will be allowed to express their views or ask questions. To maintain decorum of the meeting and to conclude the meeting in good time, I request each speaker to be brief and avoid repetition. The speaker shareholders are requested to switch on their video button while speaking. If the speakers are unable to join through video mode for any reason, they are advised to switch off the camera or video and speak only using the audio mode. Speaker shareholders are also requested to minimize any background noise to ensure that they can be heard clearly. While speaking, we request speaker shareholders to use the microphone of their earphones so that they are clearly audible. If there is any connectivity problem at the speaker shareholders end, we will move on to the next speaker. The speaker shareholders are requested to be loud and clear while speaking so as to enable us to note the questions correctly. Now I hand over the meeting back to the chairman to proceed further with the conduct of the meeting. Thank you.
Shall I take over, Tejal?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Nadir, I think that seems to be having some technical issues. Just take it.
Okay, I'll take over. I am delighted to share with you the events and developments of your company during the course of the financial year 2021. The The year gone by is representative of the value Godrej Industries continues to create for all its stakeholders. As a conglomerate with diverse business interests, growth at consolidated level is pursued through competitively growing your company's core businesses, building an environment to achieve transformation while also nurturing and investing in emerging businesses of the future. The approach of your company's business strategy is captured in the approach called CREATE, which stands for C, Consumer and Chemicals, R, Real Estate, A, Agri, T, Transformation, E, Emergent. I would like to summarize the performance for each dimension of your company's CREATE strategy. Consumer and Chemicals. GCPL is a leading emerging markets company. As part of the 124-year young Godrej Group, GCPL is fortunate to have a proud legacy built on the strong values of trust, integrity, and respect for others. At the same time, it is growing fast and has exciting, ambitious aspirations. Besides the strong financial strength and innovative, much-loved products, GCPL remains a good company. GCPL is also bringing together the passion and purpose to make a difference through the good and green approach to create a more inclusive and greener India. From a category perspective, GCPL saw continued strong growth momentum in the household insecticides and hygiene categories. Hygiene grew by 24%, household insecticides grew by 15%, and value for money pesticides grew by 14%. From a geography perspective, GCPL India grew at 14%, Africa, USA, and Middle East businesses grew at 8% in Indian rupees and 9% in constant currency terms. In Indonesia, the business delivered growth of 4% in INR and 2% in local currency terms on a positive growth base. GCPL continues to focus its growth efforts where the demand is in household insecticides, hygiene, and value for money. They are using this time to find ways to move faster and experiment more, sharpen execution, build platforms for the future, double down on digitization and sustainability, and create more delight for all consumers. We remain confident of leveraging growth opportunities to drive sustainable, profitable sales growth across our portfolio in fiscal year 2022. We will continue to carefully navigate the challenges of the second wave of COVID-19 in India by ensuring seamless supply chain deliveries and closely tracking shifts in consumer behavior. We remain committed to doing our very best to truly live the Godrej way and serve our people and communities. Chemicals. Our chemical business continued its strong performance despite the COVID pandemic and lockdown restrictions during the year. The total revenue of the chemicals business stood at rupees 1,666 crore with a healthy operating profit of 119 crore. The business did well across its product categories with good demand from hygiene-related industries. Our manufacturing facilities worked very well during the pandemic with the highest importance given to people safety and by following all COVID safety protocols. We continue to ensure that our growth is both sustainable as well as profitable and that we continue to prioritize safety. Several initiatives taken by the business resulting in energy and operating efficiencies has also helped the business to grow in a profitable as well as sustainable manner. I am happy to share that the chemicals business received several awards and recognition. Our Valia factory has been awarded Green Co Star Performer Award 2020 by the Confederation of Indian Industry in the annual CII Green Co Summit 2020. They were also awarded the FGI Award for Excellence in Pollution Management and Sustainable Practices. Our Ambernath, Maharashtra factory was also awarded Most Environment-Friendly Company by FICCI in 2021. I'm happy to share that our chemicals business has won the organization with Best Employee Relations Practices Award at the Global HR Excellence Awards organized by the World HRD Congress and Times Ascent. Real estate. GPL delivered a strong performance this year in unprecedented circumstances. The team leveraged digital and physical channels to report a booking value of 6,725 crore, the highest ever in the history of GPL. On the operational front, GPL successfully delivered 6.5 million square feet across its projects. GPL has now delivered over 28.2 million square feet of real estate in the last 6 years. GPL also successfully concluded the largest ever QIP by a real estate company in India, raising 3,750 crore. GPL received several recognitions for the efforts on environment and safety, including being ranked #1 amongst listed global residential developers in the 2020 Global Real Estate Sustainability Benchmark Assessment Report, an industry-driven organization which assesses environment, social, and governance performance. While the real estate sector, like all parts of the economy, has been impacted by the COVID pandemic, we expect the sector will continue the robust recovery it was witnessing once the crisis abates. Given our robust launch pipeline, strong balance sheet, and interesting new project acquisition opportunities, we expect a strong fiscal year 2022. Agribusiness, GAVL. The fiscal year 2021 was an excellent year for GAVL in terms of business profitability. The consolidated profit before tax for the year was 448 crore, representing a year-on-year growth of approximately 60%. With a nationwide lockdown at the beginning of the year, the team did a great job of keeping the supply chains running with little and in some cases no downtime. In less than a fortnight, the entire network of 64 manufacturing plants were up and running. GAVL quickly adapted to the situation and all its manufacturing plants were operational during the pandemic and lockdown while ensuring utmost safety for its employees and business partners. This quick adaptation to the new normal and commitment of our employees and our business partners ensured that the business segments did well. The animal feeds business operating results grew by 24% in fiscal year 2021, supported by favorable commodity prices and realization of R&D benefits. The crop protection business too did well, with Aztec recording a 45% growth in PBT. The focus on R&D continues, with the business building a new state-of-the-art R&D facility at New Mumbai. The business is doing well with new product launches and expanding its customer base. It was also one of the best years for GAVL's poultry and processed food subsidiary, Godrej Tyson, as it reported 17% revenue growth. Higher volumes and prices coupled with favorable input prices helped in the business performance. The dairy business profitability improved, supported by low input procurement prices. The vegetable oil business was impacted by the whitefly attack, which lowered FFB arrival and oil content in the fruit. T. Transformation. As a group, your company believes in inclusive growth that aims at enhancing the competitiveness of the businesses while simultaneously advancing the economic and social conditions of the communities in which it operates. This focus is implemented group-wide through the Godrej Good and Green initiative. The Godrej Group stands in solidarity with efforts to overcome COVID-19. We stand in solidarity with our people and governments and the many efforts to ensure public health and safety. As a group, we earmarked an initial outlay of 50 crore, and as of March 2021, we have already committed 51.4 crore. We will try to the best of our capabilities to serve our customers, employees, communities, and countries, and especially support health personnel government workers, and everyone working tirelessly to curb the spread of this pandemic. The initiatives are in the areas of medical equipment supply, vaccination and awareness, product innovations and supply, and support at factories and construction sites. Emergent businesses. Over the many years, your company has incubated new businesses and grown them successfully. You believe that there is a good potential for housing finance and non-banking finance business in our country. Looking at this opportunity, these businesses will be nurtured under your company, Godrej Housing Finance Limited, received an RBI license to commence operations during the course of the fiscal year 2021 and has started operations. GHFL will be a subsidiary of your company post receipt of RBI approval. We believe that this new business will create overall value to the stakeholders. We, through Godrej Maximing, a subsidiary of GAVL, are engaged in vitro production of high-quality cows that aid dairy farmers produce top-quality milk, which helps in increasing their yield by a significant proportion. To conclude, we had a good year. We remain encouraged and confident in achieving our long-term objectives of inclusive, sustainable, and profitable growth. As we look ahead, I feel confident of strong growth in the medium to long term. I am confident that our disciplined strategy, prudent approach, focus on agile execution, and our committed team will enable us to improve performance further and create greater shareholder value. I would like to take this opportunity to thank all our employees for their contribution in the continued success of Godrej Industries. I would also like to extend my gratitude towards our business partners, associates, vendors, and also the central state governments and government agencies for their sustained support. I would also like to express my sincere appreciation to all of our shareholders for your continued faith, trust, encouragement, and support. Performance during the last quarter, April-June 2021. I would also like to now update you on the results of the first quarter of the current financial year, which were taken on record by the board at its meeting held this afternoon. The consolidated total income for the quarter ended June 30th, 2021 is 3,101 crore, recording a growth of 46% over the corresponding quarter of the previous year, and the consolidated net profit for the quarter ended June 30th, 2021 is 139 crore, recording a growth of 101% over the corresponding quarter of the previous year. The market capitalization of your company as on 30th June 2021 was about 19,255 crore, a CAGR growth of about 30% since 2001. I would like to take this opportunity to thank all our employees for their contribution in the continued success of Godrej Industries. I would also like to extend my gratitude towards our business partners, associates, vendors, and also the central state governments and government agencies for their sustained support. I would also like to express my sincere appreciation to all of our shareholders for your continued faith, trust, encouragement, and support. We now open the floor for questions from shareholders present at the meeting. I request the company secretary to call out the names of those shareholders who have registered themselves to speak or ask questions pertaining to the performance of the company one by one.
Thank you, sir. We have received a request from 4 members to speak at the AGM. The questions will be answered once all the registered speakers have completed their speech. I now invite the first speaker shareholder, Dr. Arun Kumar Bopanna. Mr. Bopanna, you have been unmuted and you may please switch on your video camera and speak.
Hello. Hello.
We can hear you, sir.
Good afternoon to everybody. Tejal, thanks to you for arranging, but I'm disappointed you didn't tell me Adi is retiring. Nadir recited a beautiful poetry. I can't leave Nadir behind. I have to pay my respects to Adi. Adi was born a Godrej very sweet. Adi anyone would like to meet. Adi from his birth was very able. Adi worked for Godrej to be very stable. Adi in life did everything very emphatic. Adi as a Godrej will remain charismatic. Adi was never interested in any mansion. Adi was focused only on Godrej expansion. Adi in life never was dogmatic. Adi in life was never dramatic. Adi's retirement is sudden for this Godrej's son. Adi had all the glory under the sun. Personal farewell would have been right for this Godrej elder son. I wish you all the best, Adi, for the future. I hope you'll guide Godrej Group in the future too. My questions. Godrej Industries with COVID, any staff lives lost. Godrej Industries compensation packages cost. What is the cost? With 65 crore young Indians, what are the opportunities for Godrej? Will the explosion of the entrepreneurial spirit change the narrative of Godrej? Increase in population, need of smart cities, urban migration, huge opportunity for Godrej. What is the impact of COVID-19 on Godrej market? The vaccination drive, is everybody vaccinated in Godrej Industries? And how do you equip future generation to build a better world? What tools are used? When will other companies be listed in future, Godrej companies I mean? Which business are you planning to exist? Which business are you planning to enter for a better growth prospects? How does governance work in Godrej, blending aggression with philanthropy and spirituality, discounting ego, jealousy, or lust or power? How does reverse mentoring work? How does 360-degree appraisal work? Challenges. Inflation is hurting the economy to recover with supply side disruption with lockdowns. Fewer goods reaching markets. Higher fuel taxes given government's own fragile fiscal situation. Rich nations are restarting economies by opening up, leading to an increase in price of crude and metals. What will be the impact for Godrej? World is richer now, but heavily in debt. Living on borrowed money, richer we get. Harder it gets to live within the means. Abundance are harder to handle than scarcity. What are Godrej views? And when does Godrej plan for net carbon zero by which year? In conclusion, Godrej Industries AGMs are glad to be attended. Godrej Industries AGMs are always fast-ended. Now, welcoming the new chairman, Nadir. Nadir is really a great find. Nadir is really exceedingly kind. Nadir was born as a Godrej, very sweet. Nadir, anyone would like to meet. Nadir in life is generally very chilled. Nadir in poetry is extremely skilled. Nadir recites poetry in his voice. Nadir's speeches, everyone will rejoice. Nadir as a Godrej will remain able. Nadir works for results to be very stable. Nadir in life loves lots of peace. Nadir surely is a Godrej masterpiece. Nadir always remains a thinner. Nadir is always a great winner. I wish all the best to Adi and Nadir. Such a great pleasure. Adi Saab, I have great respect for you, Adi Saab. I wish you all the best in retired life. I hope you'll keep guiding Godrej. We love you. Thank you so much. Nadir, welcome to Godrej Industries. Thank you. I am overwhelmed actually. Oh, I miss Adi's personal farewell. I am very sorry for that. I wish you all the best, Adi. And welcome, Nadir.
It was a lovely poem. Thank you.
Tanya, glad you're laughing, smiling. Hope to see you soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Bhupanna. The next speaker is Mrs. Hutokshi Patel. Ms. Patel, you've been unmuted. You may please switch on your camera and speak.
Hello.
Hello.
Am I audible?
Yes.
This camera isn't working. I will be just on the audio. Very good afternoon to all of you. Our respected chairman, Mr. Ardeshir. Is my voice echoing?
Yes, ma'am, because you've joined from two devices.
No, I have disconnected it. Okay. Respected chairman, our Mr. Godrej, I think I have disconnected the other one. If your IT people can just check up.
We are able to see 2 logins from you.
It's off long back.
Remove one. Yeah. Yes, Mrs. Patel, you can continue. Are you there? Let her join back. We will move on to the next speaker in the meanwhile. We will give her a chance again. The next speaker is Mr. Yusuf Rangwala. Mr. Yusuf Rangwala, you have been unmuted. You may please start your video camera and speak. Mr. Yusuf, are you there? We can't hear you. Okay, we will move on to the next speaker, Mr. Shailesh Mahadevia. Mr. Mahadevia, you have been unmuted. You may please start your camera and speak.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir. I am very happy with this excellent company. I am
We are not able to hear you, Mr. Rangwala. We will give a chance to Mrs. Patel again if she is joined. Ms. Patel, are you there?
Yeah, I am there, but I do not. I am
Your voice
only
is
on
still
one.
echoing.
No, hello.
Yeah, now it's better.
Hold on, now please hold on.
Yeah.
Am I audible now?
Yes.
Could I speak? Can I speak?
Yes, please continue.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Respected Chairman, Mr. Ardeshir Godrej, Mr. Nadir Godrej, Madam Tanya, Nitin Nabar sir, and other members of the board. I also welcome the lady members on the board, Sweta Bhatia and Monas Noble, the Novartis girl. Welcome on the board, Monas. We are very happy to have you on the board of Godrej Industries, the lady from Novartis. Mr. Clement Pinto, thank you very much for your financials that you have listed in the annual report. And our most favorite, Madam Tejal, very nice to deal with. We are very happy, always helpful and very enterprising, very agile lady we have as a company secretary. I wish you good luck, Tejal, and all the very best to you. Here, I would say that I support all the resolutions, especially the resolution number 2 and number 7. I'm very much depressed that even from the Godrej consumers and properties, I heard that Mr. Ardeshir Godrej is stepping down. It's a real shock. I may be a few years younger to him. I have passed my childhood days in the Godrej. a very selfless, organized, punctual, and quick decision maker, a man who have always given invaluable advice and guidance, a very non-assuming type of a man, very, very humble man, very approachable man. We will really miss you, Mr. Godrej. We wish you a very happy, long, retired life. Please take care. You are the storehouse of knowledge. You are the storehouse of experience. Children will require you, and I humbly request the children to make him participate and make him know everything day to day also, so that he doesn't feel that he is retired and nobody wants him. He should not feel, because old people always feel like that. I hope his participation, his experience is very helpful to us and will always remain. And I wish him long, healthy, happy life. All the best to you. Now I come on the annual report. It is, though the pandemic period has proved very harmful, COVID pandemic times are really very crucial and harmful. Yet, company, I congratulate the company for the various awards that the company has won: the Excellence Award in HR, Best Employee Relation Practice, the FGI Award, etc. Godrej is getting a largest QIP of 3,750 crores from one real estate company. So I would like to, I'm not interested in knowing the name of the company, but how would you utilize this amount? For what purpose, and how would you utilize, how would the management utilize this? If you can kindly throw some light on it. Internationally also, we have proclaimed our company has done well in Africa, Middle East, Indonesia, and USA. A very good word has been framed: create, strategically appealing word, very much based with all the portfolios: chemicals, real estate, agriculture, transformation, and emergent. Indeed, it's a very nice word, create. So we have 4 manufacturing units at Ambanath, Badala, Dombivali, and Walia. I would like to know, sir, where is Walia? And is Ambanath unit very close to the Ambanath station? If you can throw some light on it, Walia unit, where it is. So, in the annual report, our madam has given a very good annual report. Tejal, only a little humble request: the various products of Godrej Industry that is mentioned in the annual report, let it be into 2-3 pages. Innumerable products are there, and a very small drawing is given of other annual reports. If you want, I will share you the pictures of it. The products are enumerated into many pages. We can also have at least 2-3 pages for our various Godrej Industry products. It is when people read this annual report, it is a sort of an advertisement. Yeah, but it is a knowledge that people will come to know that what are the various products. So let it be into 2-3 pages instead of miniating it into a very small 3-inch, 4-inch small diagram. Just a humble request to you. As far as the financials are concerned, our income and profits and EPS are of course low this time. So our inventory level has gone so up from 3187. It is almost 6187, almost double inventory level. Can we not curtail it? Our main income is mainly from animal feeds and chemicals. We should increase our other income sources also, even from very good knowledge we derived from Mr. Ardeshir Godrej. He informed us about various activities. Even from the properties we have got good amount. I think this COVID time, this harsh time will pass out, and it will be as usual as it was before. And good things will come out, and our company will definitely prosper. Even in this COVID time, all your active accomplishment as far as your dairy product is concerned, the name Jersey, it is their name Jersey, and I read the items like ghee, Mysore Pak, badam milk. So these products are in our Bombay market, and if it is available, where will it be available? If the management can throw some light on it, the various products available in Bombay and where it will be available, I would like to know that. Because your home and hygiene consumer products, which you have it on page 51, as I said before, please increase, give it in numerable pages. It will be better so that it throws light on the various products of the company. Anyway, sir, I once again repeat over here. I'm staying in the Godrej building. Years back, Godrej had delivered, donated huge sum, from which hardly 11 lakhs was given to the builder to build this company. From a huge amount, only few lakhs were given to the builder. Today, the building stands in a very dilapidated condition. Iron bars are kept in the building, and it becomes we are asked to vacate, but we are not given proper accommodation to vacate. Please take it that we can leave it in the hands of the BPP, but at least as CRS activities are quite enormous of yours. You all have donated very generous. You all are that is your own building, your forefathers' building. So one little help, if your children can give it to us, we will be very grateful. I fold my hands and I pray to you as I pray God. Please take this matter. I have been requesting you since 3-4 years. Take this matter in your hand. Don't give money once again to anybody. See that this work is done by your people, your construction people only, and do not give the money to anybody else, so that they let not another Gokulam come, or let not another board come, BPP, that out of huge donation, only 9 lakhs or 11 lakhs they have utilized and made the building. Take everything in your hands. Ardeshir Godrej, sir.
Mrs. Patel.
You are today's. Yes, only 2 minutes.
We will need to move on to the next speaker. Everybody needs to get a chance.
Just 2 minutes. Will you please give me, Tejal, just 2 minutes, please. Sir, today you are the main person, and I fold my hands and request you, please take up this matter. The Ardeshir Godrej sir had promised us that if Jamshed Godrej will not do, I will repair your building and give. Today he is old. I cannot say anything to him, but you children are there. Please, in the name of God, please help. That's all I have to say. Thank you very much. God bless you. And thank you for giving this opportunity.
No problem. Thank you. We now move on to the next speaker, Mr. Shailesh Mahadevia. Mr. Mahadevia, you have been unmuted. Please start your video and you may please speak.
I believe you can see me. Respected Chairman.
It is a green screen.
Sorry? I hope you can.
It's okay, you can continue, sir. Yes, you can continue, sir.
Respected Chairman Mr. Ardeshir Godrej, various members, family members of Godrej, who are the promoters of the company, and all respected independent directors. Mr. Ardeshir Godrej, I am extremely happy. I saw you after quite some time, and I heard you also. I am extremely thrilled and happy. And I also came to know that having served the Godrej Group and the society at large, you are really deserving to retire and to relax and to enjoy how your successors are looking after the empire which you have built up. Sir, my pranams to you from my heart. Sir, I now wish to say a few words of appreciation. The Godrej Group is one of the biggest creator of wealth in modern times. Sir, you invested 2,641 crores in your subsidiaries. Sir, today's market capitalization is 41,250 crores. That is on 31st March 21. Subsequently, it has increased many more. Sir, my congratulations to you. Sir, the second great contribution of Godrej Group under your guidance over a period of time is to look after the challenges faced by the planet Earth, which is a universal problem. Every day we hear about floods or we hear about fire around the world, etc., etc. The world is supposed to be awakened. Sir, as far as India is concerned, you have taken a lead for the last so many years. And your example is to be followed for the rest of the country. Sir, you have taken great care after sustainable development of the country. Under that, you have provided ESG certifications and ratings. Sir, you have also provided CSR activities for many years to come. Sir, all this has built up a great contribution from your group to the nation and to the planet Earth. Sir, my one suggestion is that you may come out with a booklet which can give the idea to an individual, to a family member, to a member of the society, to a member of the municipality and the state, that how they can help in solving the problem of environment, societal, and also, sir, in this connection, one of your own family members and the director, Mr. Vijay Krishna, has given such a data about his own way in which he is spoiling the environment and the way in which he is compensating for the same. Sir, similar guidelines from the board members can also be a guideline to the society at large. And you have also obtained ISO 50,000, the most efficient way of utilizing energy. Sir, with all this, I congratulate you and the House of Godrej. And before I may put my questions, I would like to say a word about our secretary. She has guided us very swiftly with minimum interference, and we are very much on the track without any difficulty whatsoever. Sir, now I wish to put some questions with a view to increase my understanding and appreciation of the company. I do not wish to put any questions of our GCPL or Godrej Property or Godrej Agrovet, as we have already attended these meetings and we have been given exhaustive reply in all these meetings. I therefore confine myself only to the working of standalone company. Sir, my first question is that the company has made a net loss of 107 crores during the year, and if we compare it with the previous year, when we had a profit of 57 crore, if we provide for exceptional items, then at least 20 crores. So there is a huge shift from profitability to great losses. Sir, will you please explain to us how this has happened? It appears that it is mainly because of the prices of raw materials which we have not been able to perhaps transfer to our clients. Sir, today's declaration, I would request that the quarterly result of our standalone company may be given, and we would like to know whether the trends will be better in the rest of the year as far as our company is concerned. Sir, my second question is regarding the revenue from our four main products. They are fatty acids, 40%, fatty alcohol, 30%, surfactants, 23%, and glycerin, 8%. Sir, in all these categories, we are having value additions year after year, and we are also engaged in exporting under each of these heads. Sir, may I have the information as to what value addition has been done so far and during the year in each of the four items? And what is the export compared with the local sale for each of these items? Sir, before I proceed further, I would like to very much appreciate that our standalone company had constantly in mind that the environmental considerations should be of prime importance with every stakeholders with whom we deal. And they also follow the same principles. This may have cost some money to the company, but in the long run, it will pay off very well. Sir, my third question is whether we are required to have registrations for our exports. Sir, may I know how many registrations and for how many products we are enjoying the same at present? And what is the situation in the pipeline? Sir, my next question is regarding the financial highlights for the last 5 to 10 years for our standalone company. Sir, that is the company which we are discussing at present. And if you can give that data separately with our report, it will help us considerably. Sir, then my next question is that many customers, international as well as Indians, they are looking for alternative sources of their requirement, alternatives to China. Sir, I would like to know, have we succeeded in catching some of these clients as far as our business is concerned? Because we are also in that same field of action. Sir, my next question is regarding the value of imports and exports as far as our standalone company is concerned. And similarly, sir, I could not trace the information regarding the R&D expenditure of our standalone company. Sir, can you let us know what R&D expenditure we are incurring and also as a percentage of revenue? Sir, when we are likely to separate our subsidiary housing finance company and come out with a public issue? I believe we will see that in the foreseeable future because the background is already been prepared. NBFC license is already obtained from Reserve Bank of India. Now the next step is in your hands. And sir, before I conclude, I wish to mention Mr. Ardeshir Godrej that you are my role model. I have been working with you right from the IPO. And Nadir has reconnected as to what you have done during this period, and I wholeheartedly support the things which he has mentioned, and I am happy and proud of my association with you, and we have always followed the righteous way of doing business. Not only our means, but also our goals are righteous. This I value in addition to the financial gain which I get from my investments in various companies of Godrej Group. Sir, I wish you a very happy and good health in your retired life, and I am sure you will continue to mentor the Godrej Group as Chairman Emeritus. Thank you very much. My pranams once again to Adi Godrej.
Thank you, Mr. Mahadevia. With this, we've covered all the speaker shareholders. I request Mr. Godrej to answer the queries raised by shareholders.
Shall I go ahead and answer the questions, Tejal?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
The first question was from Dr. Arun Bopana. Your questions were many and in verse, but my poetic reply now will be terse. Alas, due to Corona's sway, 5 employees have passed away. The families will be compensated. 10 lakh is what we've estimated. Retirement benefits are assured, and all of them have been insured. As data for consolidation is what we need, our subsidiaries must necessarily precede. Therefore, our AGM is often the last, just before the due date is passed. We prefer AGMs that finish fast to tedious ones that last and last. Arun, you've heard that time is money, so we make it short and sweet like honey. Opportunities in the widest range will arise from demographic change, and we will choose them one by one. Now, housing finance is already done. Specialty chemicals are growing well. Our cattle breed is really swell. The milk yield here is truly nifty. In liters per day, more than 50. And for this very special breed, we also have the ideal feed. What we enter, what we leave, strategically, I do believe, we will decide by and by and let you know the reason why. The young are with it, the old are wise. To use all talents is what one tries. The mentors teach how to sustain. If it's new knowledge that one must gain, the reverse mentors can better train. The mentees are the ones one picks to learn digital tips and tricks. So both of them thus teach and learn, your company learns to earn. 360 Degrees provides feedback that puts our folks back on track. Everyone is evaluated, and on a scale we are all rated by bosses, peers, subordinates to cover all coordinates. Self-improvement is the only goal. For handing rewards, it plays no role. With Arun's questions, I am now done. I hope I've answered everyone. Now, Hutokshi, thank you very much for all your support. I will try and answer your questions. The QIP funds for Godrej Properties will be used for development of new projects. In the early days, some of the money was used to repay debt. Our debt had come down to a very low level, so we can continue to expand Godrej Properties. We can even borrow more money if we need to, as we do more and more projects. You asked for the location of our factories. Valia is located near Ankleshwar. When we set up the factory, we could only get a license if we went to a backward area. And after a lot of searching, we found a backward area in which we felt we could operate a sophisticated chemical industry because it was not far from Ankleshwar, a renowned chemical hub. I am not aware of what the distance of the Ambernath factory from the station is, but we will ask somebody to give you that information. We will study your suggestion for some kind of small fact sheet in lieu of an annual report. Creamline's products are mostly sold in South India, and their own parlors where they sell a lot of their products are all in South India. Some long shelf life products are available in Mumbai. I cannot let you, I do not have the outlets right now, but we will try and send you that information. I do know that we are certainly selling ghee in Mumbai, and we will try and find out what other products are being sold there. You mentioned that the inventory has shot up. A lot of that inventory is in our consolidated accounts because of the inventory of projects of GPL. GPL is growing very fast, and therefore the inventory is rising. Sailesh, Madhavya, thank you very much for all your appreciation of everything that Adi has done and the group has done. I will try and answer your questions one by one. Your first question was about the loss. You should realize that in the standalone accounts, there are two activities. There is our chemical business, which is a substantial business, as well as there are corporate costs. And one of the major corporate costs is debt. We have a small amount of debt for our chemical business and more debt which we incurred earlier in order to buy shares, set up new companies, etc. So the reason for the lower income this year was that we did not receive a dividend from GCPL, which we had in the previous year. Because of COVID and in order to conserve cash and improve its debt equity ratio, GCPL decided not to give a dividend. So the standalone accounts looked bad. But as you yourself pointed out, the assets of GIL have all appreciated. And so GIL is on a very firm footing. The chemical business itself had an extraordinarily good year last year. And this quarter was a record quarter. So there is nothing to fear on our chemical business. Yeah, you asked for data on exports, and our exports account for 30% of our total chemicals revenue, and value-added products, which we define as our new specialty products, as well as surfactants, are about 31% of the total. We will take note of your suggestion for a comparative data for the last 5 years. You mentioned that many customers are looking for alternatives to China. In many of our products, China is not a major supplier. In our agrochemical businesses, China is a major supplier, both of intermediates and final products. And there we have very successfully become an alternative to China. In our business, we even export some amounts to China. Earlier, we used to export a lot to China. But anyway, any challenges that China faces, we are ready to capitalize from. You asked about our imports and exports. We import a lot of our raw materials, particularly PFAD and things like catalyst. And our imports were 484 crore and our exports are 489 crore. So as you see, we are about foreign exchange neutral, and therefore the company does not have much of a foreign exchange risk. You asked about our R&D expenditure. Our R&D expenditure is 11.5 crore or 0.7% of revenue, but it is a very high percentage of profits, and we will continue to invest in R&D. We have developed several new products, including biological products like sophorolipids, which we make by fermentation. And we think that the future for these products will be very bright. I think I've answered all the questions. I thank all the members and directors for attending this AGM by video conference. In case any questions remain unanswered or the members were unable to speak due to any issue during the meeting, the members may please communicate their questions to the company by email at investor@godrejinns.com, which shall be answered suitably. The e-voting process will continue for the next 15 minutes and will be disabled thereafter. The voting results will be announced on or before August 15th, 2021, and the same will be intimated to the stock exchange and also uploaded on the website of the company. With your consent now, I and the other board members would like to take your leave. I wish all the shareholders stay safe and healthy. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
We are Godrej. That's us in ruby, green and blue. And this is a story of the little things we do. It started with a little thing we made to protect you and your things. Over 100 years on, we're still doing the same, except it now has wings. Little things that will take you places you can't get to on an airplane. And little things that circle the earth and tell our farmers when it'll rain. Little things that keep our animal friends hale and hearty. And little things that keep kids healthy and naughty. Little things that keep not just our homes, but even medicines and vaccines cool. And little things that rinse away dirt and allergens, so your little ones don't miss a day of school. Little things that make washing hands so much fun. And some that make your cars and homes smell like spring. Little things that keep diseases away. And some that make your hair shine and swing. Little things that help you make things. Big, small, and everything in between. And little things that help carry those things to places far and even unseen. Little things, or should we say little spaces, where you live, work and play. And little things you keep in those spaces to sit, sleep, or just put things away. Locks, soaps, buildings and missiles. Well, there are quite a few. These are some of the little things we do. We are Godrej. That's us in ruby, green and blue. And this is a story of the little things we do. It started with a little thing we made to protect you and your things. Over 100 years on, we're still doing the same, except it now has wings. Little things that will take you places you can't get to on an airplane. And little things that circle the earth and tell our farmers when it'll rain. Little things that keep our animal friends hale and hearty. And little things that keep kids healthy and naughty. Little things that keep not just our homes, but even medicines and vaccines cool. And little things that rinse away dirt and allergens, so your little ones don't miss a day of school. Little things that make washing hands so much fun. And and some that make your cars and homes smell like spring. Little things that keep diseases away, and some that make your hair shine and swing. Little things that help you make things, big, small, and everything in between. And little things that help carry those things to places far and even unseen. Little things, or should we say little spaces, where you live, work and play, and little things you keep in those spaces to sit, sleep, or just put things away. Locks, soaps, buildings and missiles. Well, there are quite a few. These are some of the little things we do.